everyone, welcome to your 7th and final day of your Middle Splits Improvement Challenge. Now today's going to be a little bit different as well because I only am giving you one stretch to do today, and my intent is that you do it for a little bit longer than the rest of the stretches that we've been doing. So because this one's really going to help you get into your middles. So again, today we're going to be using a wall, so please find your way to a wall as well for today's challenge. But like you know, you're going to start off with day 1 and make your way over to day 7. So starting with day 1, you know you're going to start off with your lateral lunges, so you're dropping side to side, and then you're going to come to your garland stretch, popping it down. So that's day 1. Day 2 is your oil riggers, dropping up and down, and your garland, half garland stretch, should I say. So once on both sides, obviously, remember to be doing them. Then your day 3, your lunge with your active flexibility and your release into it. Now with your active flexibility, remember you want to release and hold after the activated part for twice as long as you activated. So if you're squeezing for 10 seconds, you're relaxing into it for 20. If you squeeze for 30 seconds, you want to relax into it for a minute. Okay, so always think about doubling your relaxation time after you activate. And then your lizard, which is the rest of day 3. From here, you're going to come to day 4, which is your side leg work. So your inside leg, inner thigh with your pulses, your outside leg with your pulses, and then from here we came onto our backs and we did our happy baby. So day 4 again, happy baby, legs are making 90 degrees, and then your final pose for day 4 was your reclined diamond. Okay, so this is another stretch that you can hold for a really long time in order to help progress your splits. So middle splits are very funny in that they're very difficult to progress sometimes. You need to think about pushing beyond your comfort zone. So if you're in it and you're comfortable, stay in it longer. When you get uncomfortable, hold it for about 30 more seconds and then get out of it. Okay, so it's a very good way to help progress your splits and your flexibility without actually having to do anything different. It's just a matter of holding it for a bit longer or getting into it a bit deeper. Okay, remembering to breathe. So that was day 4. Day 5, pardon me, I got hair problems. Day 5, you're on your bum. Externally rotating one leg, you lift up the opposite arm, lift from the inner thigh. That's the first part. The rest is you're lifting with the quad, coming in and out. Okay, lifting in and coming out. That's your quad work. And then from here, you're doing your head to knee work. So pulling one leg into the groin, coming down, head to knee, and then also doing your side bend sequence. So again, if this hurts you to have your knee bent, you can do that entire sequence from a wide position. You just want to focus on keeping the kneecaps pointed upwards if you're here, rather than have them rolling in. So it's natural to want your feet to roll in because you get lazy. So you just want to always remember activating your bum, pushing the knees out to the back. Okay, so that was day 5. Then day 6, we were a bit different. So we did our stretches yesterday, right? This is why we have the wall and our nice padding, because we want to protect our knees. So like I mentioned, day 6, which was yesterday, is your frog. So I'm checking it out when I set it up, making sure my heels are behind my knees. Okay, so you start with your tucks and tilts, or no, I gently push back and forth, starting here, and then tucking and tilting. So if it's more comfortable to do this from the elbows, tucking and tilting, remember that as you tuck, you're squeezing the knees together, lifting that tailbone, curling out the back. Okay, so this you're holding, check yesterday's video, goodness, I can't remember. I think I did the pushing forwards for a bit of time, and then I did 10 to 12 tucks and tilts. And then I want you to relax here for 30 seconds to a minute, or until you're uncomfortable, plus 30 seconds. Okay, then from here you're going to drop the chest forward, toes lift up, and you're trying to bring your toes to the wall, and you're trying to walk the toes down the wall. Okay, so this is your diamond stretch. This one you're going to hold as well for 30 seconds to a minute and a half, 2 minutes, or personally I suggest holding it until it's uncomfortable plus 30 seconds. So that's really the only way you're going to progress, is when you're pushing past your discomfort, okay? So this was day 6. Moving on to day 7. Once you've reached the point where you're uncomfortable and you want to move beyond, you're going to extend the legs. Hopefully I have enough wall space for this. I didn't think about that. You're going to extend the legs, and then you're going to press back. So it's easier if you do this on something slidey, but that's okay. You're going to press back and you're going to find the wall. Okay, so as you see, I'm flexing my feet and I'm bringing my heels to the wall, and I'm pushing my hips back. Whoop, my sweater's getting all wrinkled. I'm pushing my hips back as far as I can, and I'm dropping my hips to the floor. So my pelvic bones at the front, or my hip bones, should I say, are pressed down against the floor. They're not lifted. As I am warming up, they're going to start lifted probably, and they're going to slowly push down. If you're super tight, they might be a little bit lifted. That's okay. It's all about progression. You might be further away from the wall. That's okay. With this pose here, this is a special pose like I mentioned. So I want you to think about holding this pose at your first stage until you're uncomfortable, plus 30 seconds. Then you're going to push back, okay? Even if it's like a half an inch or nothing, still try to push back. Widen those legs. Your legs are a lot more flexible than you think you are. It's a lot in your head. You think your hips are gonna snap in half, but I promise you they won't. They were designed to do this. They just need practice, okay? So this stretch here, like I mentioned, you're gonna hold it in stage 1 until you're uncomfortable, plus 30 seconds, then step it back. You're gonna do that 2 to 3 times. So depending on yourself, if you're feeling like, okay, I'm deep enough and I feel like I don't want to progress anymore, then you can pull it back and that can be the end, or you can hold it there. But if you're in this and you're feeling like, yes, this is uncomfortable and I'm stretching, but I know that I can do this without injuring myself, then just keep working with it, engaging your quads to protect your knees. But in this position, it's very easy to do because your knees are protected with the ground and you're just on your elbows, right? One thing I do want to mention is that you're on your elbows in this position. Rather than coming down, you want to stay up, because in this position, it activates your back, right? It pushes your hips down and it forces your inner thighs to open a little more because your hips are pushing down, right? So pulling the shoulders back and down, dropping the hips and holding here. Today, this is the only exercise I want you to add to the sequence, okay? So remembering that we're always adding to the sequence. This sequence now is a sequence you can use for the rest of your life to help progress your splits. Do it once a day for a week, I guarantee you you'll see a difference. Do it twice a day for a week, I guarantee you will see a big, big difference. It's all about practice. Remember, progress takes practice. That is a big key with your flexibility, no matter front splits, middle splits, back flexibility, hamstring, anything. Okay? So day 7, here it is. Now, for your after pictures, I will post another video for that because there's another type of after photo that you can take if you want to do it that way. But I'm just going to post another video because I feel like this video is getting pretty long. But so you can choose to do your after photos today or tomorrow once you repeat the sequence one last time. So that's my hope, is that you've done it today and then you're going to repeat it tomorrow and do your after photos. But I will post the after photo reminder this evening just so that for everyone who's going to do it tonight, they know what to do and they don't remember, or they don't forget. Okay, so thank you very much for joining me today. A quick thing about this pose, getting out of it. You kind of just have to military crawl your way out. So as you can see, I'm pulling through my elbows and I'm sliding out. You're going to get stuck, quote unquote, in this position, or you're going to feel stuck. So you just want to gently come forward. I even chill out here for like 5 minutes or a couple minutes sometimes before I keep going. And then keep pulling up, and then as you're okay with it, slowly bring the legs back to normal. Wait here a few moments, and then you can push up. Okay, so like I keep mentioning, make sure you're taking a lot of care getting in and out of these positions, especially if it's something you're not used to. If you feel like you're in something and you're stuck there, then try to take as much time to get out as you took to get in. Okay, so I know we get into a pose and then we're like, okay, I'm done with this, I want to get somewhere else. But you have to remember that that's how we injure ourselves. Okay, so do be careful, and please post your progress below. So I would love to see a picture of this pose for today's challenge, and then later on this evening I'm going to post your your after picture reminder so that you guys remember to do that for me. Okay, now I am, like I mentioned yesterday, extending the deadline for the grand prize by 1 week. So this ended today, so by Sunday of next week I will have chosen a winner for the grand prize. I may or may not choose 2 depending on participation and transformation. So if you guys are rocking my world, you're totally eligible for several prizes. Okay, so just remember to post. Thank you for checking in with me, and I'm excited to see your progress. I hope you guys have had a lovely weekend, and I will talk to you guys soon. Love you. Bye.